Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here to begin our second ever Let's Play poll. It's gonna go basically the same out as the... Wow, that was a sentence. Anyway, it's gonna go similarly to the last one. I'm probably going to include our coming back games, original things from a previous video, because, I mean, there's not really a whole lot I can say that's any different, really, about them that I didn't say in the previous one. So I think it just works out pretty well that way. And obviously I'm including the new games with their trailers, and we're going to touch on those. But I think that's enough gabbing. Let's get started, shall we?
Something for your next mission that I'm particularly proud of, 007. You're not afraid of spiders, are you?
Oh, James.
And first on the list, we have 007's Everything or Nothing. To start this off, I'm going to read the prologue in the game manual. Yes, that's right. This game is from a time when physical game manuals were in your game, that you could actually physically pick up and read, instead of being in the game in some sort of digital form or going to a website to find the game manual. A simpler time. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to start with the introduction here, the prologue, which reads out like a mission briefing, so I'm going to read it like M would read it to James Bond. Greetings, 007. We have a new mission for you that's of the greatest importance. The recent theft of the Oxford University's highly classified prototype nanorobot project and disappearance of its overseer, Dr. Katyana Nadanova, has caused chaos in the global intelligence community. This nanobot project was a humanitarian effort intended to facilitate the remote inspection and repair of hazardous nuclear containment facilities. However, in the wrong hands, this technology could be used for entirely more sinister purposes. This is where you come in, Bond. We've already identified the rogue political faction responsible for the theft and tracked them to a secret facility in Egypt's Sahara Desert. Your mission, 007, is to destroy both the hardware and the facility. The fate of the world may very well rest once again on your success. Good luck, 007. So Everything or Nothing is a third-person shooter game on the GameCube. I think it was also on like the PS2, and I think also on the Game Boy Advance, though I never played the Game Boy Advance one. The only reason I know of its existence at all is because, well, when looking up images to find, there was a picture of the case. I'm like, no way, really? But I digress. Now, like I said, this is a bit of an older game, so I don't know how well it's aged, but I remember it being a lot of fun. Because you get all sorts of unique and interesting gadgets, because it is a Bond game, which is included, but not limited to, a motorcycle with flamethrowers, as seen in the trailer, the the small spider robot that shoots darts, it explodes, has other upgrades and such, and other such interesting gadgets. But I think that pretty much covers it for Everything or Nothing. So, on to the next game then, shall we?
Rated E for everyone.
The Staff of Dreams. Its magic is legendary. Its force can be lethal. Now only one young hero can use its power to save the world. Faster, braver, stronger. Tag 2, the Staff of Dreams.
Alright, and our first new game on the list is Tag 2, Staff of Dreams. I mean, technically there's a D in there, but eh. I'm going to read the back of the game case, because my version of this game doesn't have the manual in it. I don't know if I lost it, or if it just didn't come with it when I bought it. I don't know. Anyway, Tak is back, troubled with strange dreams. Tak can feel dark juju emanating from an unfamiliar world. Equipped with new powers, Tak bravely ventures outside the Pupanunu tribe and discovers an evil beyond his wildest dreams. Use Juju power-ups to combat evil grunts. Rumble through the worlds in the catapult. Use animal morphing to escape. And there's also head-to-head multiplayer that I could probably do with some of my friends and record that as a bonus episode. But as it mentions, the game does have some new features the previous one didn't. There's animal morphing, which is used for various puzzles and new power-ups. There's brand new enemies with fun names. There's brand new Juju spirits, like the ones we saw in the trailer. Though that trailer was pretty short. And of course, there's a whole new world to explore, the Dream World. If I remember correctly, this game also has a crafting system in it, which isn't really used to craft new items, and it's not like the, I guess, traditional sense of a crafting system, like you use it to craft power-ups, I believe, and stuff like that. It has been a while since I've played, and this is a game I technically haven't gotten all the way through on. I would really, really love to finish it, because I remember enjoying playing through the game, and that probably got the microphone be closing the case, but that's fine. So, yeah, that does it for Tak 2. I guess now we'll move on to our next game on the list.
My first guinea pig.
Father, look out!
You watch.
You can leave me out of this, thank you. What brings you here?
Blimey, Grandad, where'd you spring from? Cool, blimey! Time we brought this little show to an end. Now, taste my true power!
Voila! Le poof poof.
Cool, blimey!
And next up, we have Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King on the 3DS. As you may or may not know, I've done a Let's Play of the original game that was on the PS2. I want to play this remake for a couple of reasons. The remake adds some things that I really, really enjoy. One of the two things being that Red and Mori are now playable characters in the game with their own skill trees like the rest of your party. Mori can use, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head, he can use claws, fans, which is a brand new weapon set that was introduced alongside claws. I think he can also use boomerangs, but I'm not 100% on that one. Red, on the other hand, uses fans, knives, and whips. So basically Jessica's moveset, but with fans added on. That being said, though, Mori and Red have abilities that are unique to them specifically in things they share with other people. For example, if I'm remembering correctly, Red has a knife move that Jessica doesn't have, and some whip moves she doesn't have, while Mori has boomerang moves that the main character does not. On top of this, there's a lot more armors in the game that change the cosmetic appearance of your characters. No longer is it just isolated to Jessica and the main character. The main character, if I'm remembering correctly, has four different new cosmetic changing outfits. Jessica's all the same that she had before, because, I mean, they're not going to replace them. Yangus has one. Angelo has one. Mori has one. Red has one. Everybody has at least one, with main character and Jessica having the most, of course. So I would like to show that off to you. Another change, if I'm remembering off the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure I'm remembering correctly, is the alchemy pot just works instantly. But with all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the final game that is on our list for the poll today.
Peggy 18.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Grandma?
In time.
Dad, I don't want you to hate me because of this disease.
Yona! I need more power. I need to protect Yona.
Me live. What for? I had my revenge. Now it's over.
I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
Don't let your guard down. Oh, I got it. We're not going to lose anyone else. This beast a shade as well.
And rounding off our list, we have Nier. Some of you might be familiar with the name Nier specifically. A game came out not too long ago called Nier Automata. This is the prequel to that game. Technically, this came out first, but it would count as a prequel, technically. I guess you could just say it's the first game, but prequel just sounds right. Anyway, that being said, Nier takes place hundreds of thousands of years before Nier Automata, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly. Nier, and also Nier Automata, are directed by Yoko Taro, the same person who gave us Drakengard, a world of total and utter madness where no one was allowed to be happy. Well, sometimes people were allowed to be happy. Kaim was very happy murdering the fuck out of people. But the gods always pushed everyone down, and everything led to the end of the world. Except for ending A. But I mean, considering how Drakengard 2 went, and it wasn't directed by Yoko Taro, that was probably worse. Anyway, joking aside, Nier is a little different from Drakengard. I mean, it's still pretty... what's the word? Overbearing? The futility of man? Yeah, the futility of man is quite overbearing in this one. In this universe, no one is allowed to be happy. Everyone that's happy, that gets a brief moment of happy, you can be rest assured that something will go horribly, horribly wrong for them in the distant... either in the distant future or the not-so-distant future. But it's a very lovely, creative world with a lot of beautiful music attached to it. Trailer is a very good song in it, but the game is packed full of really good music. It also does a lot of, like, almost genre switching while it's in there. It's an RPG at its core, but there's also some side-scrolling stuff at one point. It becomes a bullet hell at another point. And these different features seem to carry over to different areas. It likes to change things up, and that's really fun and interesting. I have a plot synopsis here in the manual I could read, but I wanted to get these points across first. It being a creation of Yoko Taro is a very important point, at least in my opinion, to set the mood for you. If I could compare Nier to any other media, actually I think it's pronounced Nier, not Nier like I was doing it, but, you know. Anyway, if I compare it to any other media, if any of you are familiar with Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, it's that tone. That tone right there. But before I get into this synopsis I have here, one last thing I want to mention. I'll be playing Nier on the Xbox 360. I'm gonna have to see if my Xbox 360 still works, because it has been a long time since I've even touched it. Nier can be played on the Xbox 360 or the PS3. I just happen to have the 360 version, because that's what I had first. It is the distant future. Humanity's past glories are but a forgotten memory. Its greatest achievement vanished in the world that remains, a strange and savage place, is dark. The few humans who remain outlive an evil existence, eking out what sustenance they can, harsh and unforgiving. Dark, distant creatures known as shades roam the world, bringing with them terror and death. Fear and chaos rule each day, as it did yesterday. In this world, there's a modest, unseen in his young daughter. She's been infected by a deadly disease known as the Black Swarm, and so her father has sworn to journey in search of a cure. The adventure that ensues will be beyond anything he has ever experienced. I'm going to skip some of this because it kind of spoils some things. I mean, they're not big spoilers, but I just want to skip those things. As the world collapses into chaos around him, as his very mind betrays him, the man will press on with a single dim light flickering in his mind. He will save his daughter. Story of Nier! Cheery, isn't it? I was not joking when I said it is a very grim, dark experience. Obviously, this is a mature game. There are some other things I probably want to bring up about this. Like Drakengard before it has a small collection of weapons you can get. This one is specifically 30, and it's got some magic spells you get at a later point in the game. There are words you can use to customize your character. They boost certain stats when you equip them. I'm not going to tell you how, but that's a thing. There are multiple endings in this game, and if you select this one, I'll be trying to get each and every one of you and showing you the aftermath of all of them. This is probably going to be a longer series if Nier gets picked, definitely longer than TAC, and I forget how long Everything or Nothing is. That one's probably one of the shortest games on here, if I'm remembering correctly, but it's not super short either. But that's neither here nor there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the last game on our list. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and that'll do it for this video. The card should be in the upper right corner of the screen right now, as soon as I said that, in theory. And you can hit your votes there. And I guess the vote will go on until we have a clear winner. And depending on what votes go where, maybe I'll have all of them picked at a certain point for a specific order. Maybe I'll just get the first two. We'll have to see how the voting goes. But I think that does it for me. And I'll see you in whatever you guys choose for me to do.